Right, welcome to Come On Spurs TV. Tonight we are reviewing the match between Tottenham and AC Milan that took place at San Siro. We came away 1-0 losers, and it's a really tough match. And tonight we are reviewing this with Yinka and Deji and I. So just bear with me 1 second. I'm not sure if we can get this Come On Spurs thing to play. If it plays, fantastic. If it doesn't play, let's move on. Right, so welcome Deji, welcome Yinka. How are you guys?
Hi guys.
Yeah, how you doing?
Beautiful,
I'm
beautiful.
very
Right.
well.
Let's just get straight into it. While we've still got technology working now. Okay. It's been a tough last couple of weeks for Tottenham, and it's been a bit of what I call yo-yo this season. I mean, one of the things that sort of come to mind immediately is, and everyone's been talking about this all season. It's inconsistency. You know, if you look at, over the last 4 matches, if you like, we seem to be building a bit of momentum, and then we stutter. Build momentum, and then we stutter. I mean, we sort of lost against City away, beat Fulham with a bit of a reasonable performance, if you like. You know, tough performance, but yeah, we came away with one nil victory there. Went to Preston, won well reasonably convincingly. You know, City at home, we kind of ran through brick walls to beat them. You know, and it was quite one of the possibly the best performances of the season we've had so far. Now, fast forward 1 week later, we go to Leicester, and what happens? I don't know. I mean, I'm jumping the gun here. Let me just introduce Deji. Deji, welcome. I'm so sorry.
Hi. No.
I'm so,
Hi, so good
I'm
to be
so
back.
pumped up, you know. Yeah, and you can welcome. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm good.
Come on, Spurs TV, where we talk about everything Spurs. I mean, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. Leave your comments in the comment section below. And obviously share this with those you know who love this as well. I mean, this is a small community. We want to build it up to be something that everyone can enjoy. So please, welcome to join us. Yinka, what are your thoughts so far? I mean, I know I've rambled on quite a bit already.
My thoughts on the game or on just what you were talking about in regards to our. I would say that we are like. So go ahead.
No, let's start. Let's go to the big picture. Then we'll bring it down to tonight's game. Yeah.
The big picture. Okay, big picture is that we are suffering a bit from imposter syndrome sometimes when it comes to our team. I don't know whether you've seen Batman, and you have the character Harvey Two-Face who flips a coin, and is whether it's heads or tails is whether it's good or bad. And I feel that's what we're like at the moment, is that you just cannot tell before the kickoff what Tottenham is going to turn up. You know, we can be awfully bad or we can be very good. And not only does it go for the game, it can go in the games as well from half to half. Is, you know, whether we turn up or not. And I always say, if Tottenham turn up and all departments turn up, and we more than likely are able to win a game of football against any given team. But yeah, I think it's something that has followed us all season. It's almost become our identity and calling card. This you know, not knowing our identity or not knowing how we're going to turn up in games. I'm sure it's not done intentionally, but it's consistent. It's consistent. If there's one thing consistent, it's like consistently, I don't know how good or bad team is going to be. And as you say, like we take 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Is it? I can't put my finger on at the moment. It's frustrating, but at the same time, it gives you, it's the hope that kills you, because you think that, yes, this is the game that we're going to deliver, and then you get a game like Leicester and you get kicked in the nether regions. Very hard 4 times.
in the proverbials, right? Deji, I know
Very
you got a
hard,
view.
yeah.
I know you got a view on this. I mean, it's one of these Right, let's hear it.
Well, definitely consistently inconsistent. I think very much since the tail end of last season when we went on that run and got us into fourth place, when we put a few good results together. Basically, before then and after that time, we've been up and down like a yo-yo. We've won a couple and then played diabolically bad, and then won another one and then played really bad. I think it's mental. I don't know how we're going to get a handle on it, but I find that most of the time when we play badly, it's because we haven't tried as hard as we should be trying. And when we try really hard, like we did against City, and like we did tonight, you get a half decent performance. Now we didn't, we lost tonight, but I think it was a decent performance considering an away game in Europe with a decimated team, not squad, decimated team. I think the team came away with quite a bit of credit at the end of the day. And 1-0, we were lucky not to concede more. 1-0 away is not bad going back to our place. So, yeah, reasons to be optimistic perhaps for the second leg.
Yeah, I mean, we'll come to the game in a minute, and um, we'll probably do a bit of a post-mortem as well as to what is really going on because nobody seems to be able to place a finger on what's going on with the inconsistency in the team. I mean, if you go back to the Leicester game, for instance, and a lot of pundits were sort of trying to analyze what we seem to have not done too well in that game. I mean, we got into positions whereby, I mean, you went forward, and then we got into a position where it just we're one on one. We had one on one with our last man. I mean, from transition to just that almost like open play, which is totally on Conte like, Now, it's a different thing if he wasn't there, but he was there on the pitch side. So I'm thinking to myself, is he back too early? Because okay, I'm trying to sort of take what you might call a bit of an overall type picture, if you like, because since we lost to City away, I think the performances have been gradually improving slowly. Yinka, are you asleep? It looks like it's
No,
yeah,
I'm not asleep. I'm not. No. The screen is freezing my ugly face. I don't even know. It doesn't even freeze when I'm looking pretty. It's freezing when my face is like this.
Thankfully, there are no kids on view tonight.
See, look, it's frozen like that.
And you're frozen like that, eh? Anyway, yeah.
See, look, it's frozen. I went and after it.
I know. So my challenge is this. I mean, I don't know what the real crux of the matter is because some people say it's the system that we're playing. Some people say it's the personnel that are playing the system. Some people say it's the coach. Some people say it's the squad. It's so many conflicting views. And it's very difficult to sort of say, okay, this is where the problem really, really lies. Now, today, I mean, you had stuff like, the reason we weren't run over in midfield was because Milan also played two in midfield like we do. You know, but you can only play what you got in front of you. So that's one. But it just sort of brings us back to today's game. Now we're going reasonably. I mean, okay, on the back of the 4-1 defeat to Leicester, and of course, I mean, people always tell you in football that the best time to get back quickly is to get back on the court very, very quickly. Don't wait for too long, right? Had that on Saturday, and back on Tuesday, back on the horse very, very quickly. And I actually, like you said, I actually thought we gave a good account of ourselves. I mean, granted, we lost the game. I mean, I'm not sure how to even sort of legislate for that first goal. I mean, it was a calamity of errors on several parts, and you just sort of, you get caught like that in Europe. You can't sort of leave that sort of room. And it's very easy to point fingers at individual players, but I think overall, I think it's just not a good. It was a poor goal to concede from Tottenham's perspective. However, I mean, we didn't sort of capitulate or sort of give in and sort of go head down. We kind of kept at it, and but there's something about today's match I just couldn't put my finger on. We just couldn't quite create something decent for the front men. You know, even though we didn't sort of we didn't concede as such, but we weren't as clinical as we wanted to be. You know, why do you think that is, Deji?
Yeah, I think they had us figured. They realized that you don't let our front three turn, and they were very tight on them as soon as the ball hit them. And I think they may also have seen that we don't do very well with close control. So once the ball hits any of the front three, they bang on them, pressuring them and forcing them to cough up the football. You will see that on very few occasions was Kane able to turn and lay off a pass for the runners. And with Son, although he took the ball from deep many a time, he still needs too many touches of the football before he's able to get rid of it and get somebody in behind. So I think in that respect, our front three aren't playing particularly well at the moment, which may be actually the beginning of a problem because nothing sticks to them. If you get the ball to them before, when they're on form, they're able to turn, able to lose their man and find a runner. But now, with the pressure on them, the ball just keeps coming back. And that's what happened against Leicester. It kept coming back, and then all of a sudden they're on top of the defense. So for today, as far as I could see, it was that. They were tight, they played the low block, and they were very, very tight on the front three, didn't let them turn. And it worked for them because we didn't create many chances at all.
Well, I actually thought those two. You're right. I mean, Deji. Yinka, you want to say something after that? Yinka.
No, I was going to say that analysis was really quite spot on. It was quite spot on, actually, in regards to how you summed up how the front three have been performing in the last couple of games, where we've seen a dip in form, collective dip, not just an individual dip. Yes, we've got our gripes with Sonny at the moment, who's been playing in slippers all season. But, you know, I think this is now becoming a collective issue with the attack, whereby,
Yeah.
you know, we could get away with one of them not stepping up, but three does leave us, especially when that's the strength of our team. And we rely so much on our front three for the goals and creativity. So, yeah, I think that was very good analysis by Deji. And when he mentioned it, I did think back to the game and they were right on our defense. The defense was right on our attack and didn't allow them to turn. And obviously, when you're playing these two young midfielders who are a bit shy in actually breaking forward and breaking the lines, then the front three were once again isolated. But it's not something that's been happening today. This has happened collectively over the last few games now, whereby teams are now beginning to suss us out a little bit in regards to nullifying our attack.
Well, I guess that's what happens over the course of the season. I mean, people. That's why you have 38 game matches. I mean, or even more when you consider the matches in Europe Cup games and all that sort of thing. So you find that people begin to sort of source out the sort of system of play that each team comes with, and hopefully they come to find a way to sort of break through. I mean, which brings me to one of the challenges that we had, which has been injuries. You know, we've had this really bad injury spell over the last
Horrible.
season in particular, right? Now, again, is it as a result of coaching? Is it as a result of the medical team? Or is it our style of play? I wonder why we're getting so many injuries. I mean, if you can't, I mean, at the beginning of the season, it was Richarlison and Kulusevski, you know, and then there was, I think, Son was injured for a bit, and then you had Bentancur. Now Bissouma is injured. You have San Siro is injured now. You know, so it's like, I mean, we just can't seem to really get rid of this injury thing, you know, and it kind of leaves us a little bit short in key areas. Go on, Inga. Inga, you want to say something?
It's a collection of different challenges. It's a collection of different issues. You have something like the Bentancur and the Son injuries, which are just accidents. They're just collisions. You have players that are consistently injured, like Sessegnon, who picks up muscle and muscle injuries on a consistent basis throughout his career. You have players that have been quite durable and coming down with injuries. So I can't put it down to the medical staff entirely. I can't put it down to all the players entirely. And you've got to unfortunately look at a bit of luck when it comes to, the unfortunate incidents that have happened on the field of play. These are injuries that are happening in game, not in training or at home. You hear a player slipping in the bath and doing themselves an injury, but these are injuries that we're seeing in game. Like the Bentancur one, you saw it. As soon as you saw it, you knew he was in a bit of trouble in regards to the knock that he suffered. The Lloris one, I didn't see. It just came out of the blue. That for 6 weeks. I didn't even know that. It was just a real downer after the Man City game. We hear that. Likewise in Basuma as well. I don't know how he suffered the injury.
Yeah, carry on. I heard you. Sorry, carry on.
We can hear you, Yinka.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yes, so injuries are part and parcel. Our problem is we weren't ready for the injuries as a squad and as a playing department. We weren't ready for only having 2 teenagers in the middle of the park today. We should be more equipped. You're a Premier League team. I don't know any top 6 team that can say they have to play 2 teenagers in the middle of the pitch for a Champions League game. It's disgusting. It shouldn't happen.
Yeah, but
we shouldn't be left with having to play Sleepy or Tanganga.
Yeah, but hold on.
When Romero's, this is called a lack of squad depth.
No. I think I disagree with that. Who would legislate for you to have three of your players out? Look at Bissouma is out. Højbjerg was suspended. What's his name?
Bentancur is injured.
Bentancur is injured. That's three of your 4 of your 5. Even if you had depth of squad, what would you have done? What would you have done? It's like we just had no choice but to. It's a freak situation, right? Who's to say that Højbjerg would have been suspended? Who's to say that Bentancur would have been injured? So it was like, I guess.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that to do with depth of squad, to be honest.
Was it not that we were going to get rid of loan out little Daddy Sarr? He was a day away from getting loaned out, and we would have been in trouble. He was a day away from getting loaned out back to France.
Yeah, but hold on 1 second. Remember that one of the reasons why he wasn't loaned out.
How's that squad management?
Yeah, well, one of the reasons why he wasn't loaned out was because he started to play well, and they wanted to give him a run in the team. If they had loaned him out, they would have got somebody else to play that position. That was the whole point. So it wasn't a question of just being loaned out without having cover. There would have been cover for him if he'd loaned out. I'm pretty sure they were trying to tie up deals that didn't come through at the last minute. That's my speculation. I don't know that for a fact, but I wouldn't think that they would loan out a player who's key to who's like a squad member, and without finding some sort of replacement for that squad member, it just leaves us short. However, but I just in performance terms though, I thought those 2 guys played really, really well. Given
I thought they did. I thought they played well.
Given the stage, given the
they were immense. They were immense.
I thought they were immense. They were really good. Yeah. Both of them gave a really, really solid performance in the middle of that park. We didn't seem to miss anybody.
Yeah, they were the best department in our team. The central midfielders were the best department in the team.
Apart from Mr. Royale, of course. Mr. Royale was actually immense today as well. I actually would have given him 9 out of 10.
Who?
Emerson.
Yes. Emerson was good.
Yes. I thought Emerson was absolutely superb.
I tell you something.
See one thing about Emerson, yeah? See one thing about Emerson. Ability is lacking. We get that, yeah? But we cannot complain. When you see someone effort in on a football pitch, and put 100%. Then I put my hands up and say, at least you're trying. You cannot knock a player that tries 100%. And that's what he's been given lately. And that's what I have to give him credit for Emerson in regards to that.
I tell you guys are going to be surprised that that ability is there. He's not a wing back. He's not naturally a wing back. He can't cross the ball
Correct.
so well yet. He gets a nosebleed when he gets too far forward. But tell you what, he's a decent defender and he can play. Yeah. And as his confidence is building up, we're going to find that we've got a decent right-sided defender there.
Honestly, today I just thought he was immense. I mean, he
do you know what? 40 million to find that out.
Yeah, well, I guess it happens like that. You know, they say sometimes it takes about 2-3 seasons for some players to bed in. True. It hasn't taken him that long, but I tell you what, when the ball goes to our right side now, I don't panic. I'm more worried. I'm more worried when it goes down the left side and it's Perisic. Then I'm getting panic because he looks completely like a fish out of water at the moment. Completely.
To be fair, Mr. Deji, to be fair, that's where our challenges have been coming down the left-hand side of our defence. Not so much on our right while Royale's been playing. Yeah. So by your estimations then, we should think that Puro should be getting good around 2024, 2025. We should start to see Pedro Puro start to get a little bit better.
No, I tell you what, Poro's going to hit the ground running. He had a baptism on fire against Leicester, but he's a good player. He's going to find his depth faster than Romero did, and I think we're going to have a good right side. Really, I think we've got that right side. It's just a matter of time. It's going to be fine. But we've got to do something about Romero because he's a nutter.
Oh, my brother. This guy is crazy.
Hold on,
guys. He's a crazy. Or what?
Guys,
he's a nutter.
You know, I actually
thought... He's crazy.
What? That was a sending off. Do you know? If the ref...
It was a sending off. You know what?
If he had gone to look at the VAR at the monitor, he would have been off.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And you know what? He's done it consistently every single game since the back had come back from the World Cup.
Yeah.
Since they come back from the World Cup, he's been doing it every single game. That sending off against that sending off that he got against Man City that we clapped him for. That was uploading for like about 4 weeks. That's been uploading.
And there's no reason for it.
No, you've been watching the game, have
you? He literally wants to kick people. That's what it is.
No. So this is what Romero does, right? And a lot of people will tell you that a lot of defenders do it, right? They do it early in the match to lay a marker for a. It
worked with Haaland. In Haaland, it worked. Haaland, he shot Haaland's mouth after that tackle. Haaland didn't know what hit him. It worked with Haaland. I won't lie, it worked because Haaland shut down.
Yeah.
He debuted the.
I mean,
they want to talk to.
It worked today as well. I mean, the other guy just didn't go anywhere near Romero after that. You know, he just calmed down.
Yeah, he just stayed away.
Was that tackle on Giroud? Was that tackle on Giroud?
Second? No, it wasn't on Giroud. It was
No, it wasn't Giroud. Forget his name now. I'll be perfectly honest with you guys. I wanted somebody to kick them, but I didn't want the person to get sent off because they were putting it about and they were rough. They were very physical and really niggly. I felt somebody needed to put them in their place, but not like that. That was a sending off.
Yeah, he's lucky to stay on the pitch. I mean, some refs will sent him off.
Have you gentlemen heard? Sorry. Have you gentlemen heard of the term passive aggressive?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that is Eric Dyer and Romero. Eric Dyer is so passive. I wish that Eric Dyer would take a little bit of what Romero's doing, and I wish that Romero would take a little bit of what Eric Dyer does.
Yeah.
I know.
Tell you what.
It's
Because Eric Dyer fought on that goal for me, and the same goals against Leicester City as well, where he just stands off and is very passive. When you want Eric Dyer to go and crunch the guy with a tackle and put his name on the ball, he sits off and he puts his hands behind his back like he's a mannequin.
I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I actually think that so Romero is, for me, is a beast of a defender. I mean, I love him to bits. You know, because I just know that when he's there, I mean, we have what I call a solid player on that side. Yeah. So, but even though, I mean, it's been sent off once this season, right? If you think about it, right, he just plays on the edge. You know, he plays on the edge. He knows exactly what right sort of point sort of gets to look. Because if he had never get sent off, it's got sent off once. I mean, this season, and if you look at the sending off for the second yellow card, right? I actually think that Grealish played for it. You know, because he really wasn't the sending. It wasn't a yellow card at all. It
was a bit unlucky.
Yeah, it was very unlucky to have been booked for that foul. So I think that he's a very good player. He's a very good player. He knows when to turn it up, and he knows when to just sort of stay at on the periphery, which is good. And that tells you that he's got his head screwed right. You know. Now, like we said, right. Yeah. It tells us that we've got a bit of a good thing going on, if you like, because if you think about it, we bought Porro because presumably we didn't have a good wing back on the right hand side, right? So it gives potentially Mr. Conte the flexibility to change our pattern during matches. He can either go wing back or he can go back four, depending on what sort of personality or which other team he wants to play against, what system he wants to play against the opposition, right? And also, I guess having Porro in the team now has made Emerson sort of realize that, look, if I don't give it my all, I might lose my place, you know? So presumably that competition is changing things. I mean, sorry guys, if you're watching this from home or from wherever you're watching this from, please leave your comments in the comment section below. We would love to hear from you. We're discussing Tottenham against AC Milan at the San Siro. Last time we went to San Siro, we won 1-0. Today we came away 1-0 losers, and a goal in the first half, in the 7th minute. Some people say that maybe we could have done better with goals considered, but hey, I mean that's one of these things that happens when we when you're in football. But hey, there we go. So like I said, if you have comments, leave your comments in the comment section below. I would very much love to hear from you. I've got Inka with me, and I've also got Deji, and we're all talking about the aftermath of the match. We're looking at squad.
Sorry, I might need to cut you short.
Go on then.
I think I've just seen a pig fly above me because you mentioned about Conte changing the formation.
Yeah.
Pigs might fly first.
I'm not sure that's what Soji meant. I don't think that's what Soji. I'm sure that's not what you meant. I'm sure what you meant is that he's going to play his three at the back.
I was just checking
He's not going to play
this guy. I'm just checking this guy to see if that's flying.
I saw you looking around. I was wondering if there's a bee in your flat.
Oh, good. Now, I think one of the things that Mr. Conte has been accused of, or one of the allegations have been leveled against him, has been the fact that it's had fixed in his ways, you know.
In my life, this guy, the world could be ended.
He's very stubborn.
I honestly thought he was going to play Dyer.
Just touch him very quickly.
Say that again.
I thought he was going to play Dyer in midfield today. I thought he was going to push Dyer forward and bring on another defender. I thought he wouldn't leave just Skippy and Sarr to play two in midfield. I thought maybe we would see a change, maybe four at the back and three in midfield, Dyer, Skippy, and Sarr. But yeah, like you said, pigs will fly first.
No, but if you remember the analysis somebody did in the match against City, and they said that one of the ways that sort of compensated for that lack of manpower in midfield was having to push that forward at key moments during the match to sort of show up that two-man midfield. He would drop off when he needed to drop off and come in when he needed to come in. So it was like almost like ad hoc, depending on what the sort of play was, and he did it quite really well in the match against City. Now, obviously, that didn't happen in the Leicester match. I didn't quite check the analysis today, and because I was trying to figure out, I'm actually looking out today as well while watching the match to see if that was the case. But they didn't have to do that today because of the way Milan set up and the way Milan played. Milan played two in the middle of the park as well, so that sort of obviated the need for them
simply matched us.
Have someone to drop in when need be. So we didn't quite seem overrun in that department. Those guys get good account of themselves, you know. That was quite really good. But was, like you said, I mean, I was a little bit disappointed with Kulusevski today. I don't know what happened. He just didn't seem to click at all, you know. So I don't know if it's a injury break or respond from injury, loss of form, or I don't know. But the last couple of matches he hasn't really done a great deal. You know, is that something we should be concerned about? Did you?
Oh, definitely, because when Kulu doesn't fire, we've got problems. He is perhaps our most creative player in terms of breaking the lines. He's the one who can go past players on the dribble, and he does so very well from the right side. When he's on form, you've got chances of the ball of crosses coming in, or him cutting in on his left foot and curling one into the far corner. But as he is now, not on form, all he does is pick the ball up and lose it. And I think really the coach should be looking at using his squad. He's gone out and he's brought in these two guys, Danjuma, who can play on the left, and you've got Richarlison also, who can play on the right. And I think
the book came on today.
Where we are now, yeah, I don't think he does well so much when he comes on. He doesn't seem to get into the rhythm of the game, and because he's so emotional, if the game is going against us, you can see that he's already pumped up with adrenaline, and he doesn't play his best football. So I think he should be getting a start now. And they said all along that he can play all across the front three, and if Kulu's not doing it, then he should be sat down. And Son definitely is not doing it. And I think really, if we were to give Danjuma a run now, it would be quite about time. That's my feeling. We really need to start trying the other guys and seeing what they can do.
Talking of pigs can fly, we got TR Flavor on the comment saying that Conte does not change. His stubbornness, he calls it. Yes. Why is it we can't see? So why is it that we can see it but he can't? You know. So yeah, that's a few comments there from folks who are tuning in. Please keep your comments coming in. This is Common Spurs TV. We are reviewing the match between AC Milan and Tottenham that took place at the San Siro. Second leg coming up in, I think, I'm not sure if it's in 2 weeks' time or thereabouts, but should we be confident? I mean, or should we be concerned?
Oh, I
we've got to put these guys to bed, man.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you reckon that?
Yeah.
You reckon we should we shouldn't be worried?
No, they don't scare me.
Well, I'll put it like this.
As far as Europe, I think as far as Europe goes at this level, that's
So I'll
almost
put it
as
like
good a draw as we're going to get. Yes, Yinka.
yeah. No, sorry, sir. I was just thinking, before this game, I would have taken a 1-0 loss just on the
Yeah.
face of it. Watching the game, I'm upset that we lost 1-0. When you now look at the team that we faced, I think we faced more challenge in our group game teams than I can see in AC Milan. I think that Sporting was a very good team, and some of the other teams that we played in the group gave us even more of a game than maybe what Milan showed us today. So I think we paid them a little bit too much respect. I know we tried to get back into the game. If we had our first 11, I think that we would have got something out of the game. But bringing them back home, I think we have to just take advantage of our home tie, and then just put these guys to bed.
So you say you're reasonably confident that we will, I mean, hopefully get through, bear in mind that we didn't score an away goal. If they score,
Wait. We're playing them in 2 weeks.
yes.
Last week we had a full team. By the time we got this game, we lost about 4 players. I don't want to think what happens in 2 weeks' time. We might have to be playing Alfie Divine, Scarlett, Brendan Austin, Tanganga, Tajuma. I don't know. I don't even want to look 2 weeks down the line. So
we've used up all our bad luck. We've used up all our bad luck. It's only good luck now.
It's exactly. We've got to be positive.
Today, every day I got to get suspended today.
Yeah.
For nothing.
Is it suspended?
On Esports TV.
Is it suspended for the second leg?
Yeah, he got suspended yellow card today. So now we have to rely on Tanganga or Sleepy Sanchez.
Who got yellow card? Sorry.
Dyer.
Eric Dyer is missing the next match.
Oh, so yeah, that's not a problem. We'll probably use Longley or
Sanchez. Sanchez is not a problem.
Okay.
Sleepy Sanchez, Mr. Narcolepsy himself.
Let's see.
Narcoleptic Sanchez.
We'll get Romero, Langley, and Davies for that game.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, so
as the backup.
I don't think they risk Sanchez.
It's interesting when I wanted to make a quick comment on Romero quickly, on Kuti and his aggression. And I remember a few seasons ago when Dele Alli had the same type of aggressive type of nature to his game. And we were calling for him to quell his aggression. And when he lost his aggression, he lost his edge. I can see Spurs fans not doing the same mistake twice. And now, I don't care if he gets sent off, he gets sent off. That's his own. But I'm not saying that I don't want him to lose that edge on Moreira, because I've seen it happen with Dele Alli. And when we were all calling for Dele Alli to stop the aggression, he lost his edge, and now he's playing Turkey in Turkey.
Yeah. Apparently, Sir Alex was in love with him when he had that edge. Apparently, Sir Alex was desperate to try and get his hands on him.
He saw the Roy Keane. You saw the Roy Keane in him. You saw the Yak Dam in him, or the Vidic. Not Alex Ferguson loves aggressive footballers.
Yeah.
Like Vidic, like Roy Keane, like Yak Dam.
Yeah.
Like Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, he likes aggression. But Alex Ferguson can manage the aggression. Pochettino or Mourinho were not able to manage Dele Alli's aggression, to keep him, as you say, on that fine line of aggressive but not going over, So Alex Ferguson was a master at balancing aggression with his players.
He didn't win 25 titles or more. I mean, with by not being a good manager. That's why he was a master.
No. Yeah.
I mean, so we look forward to a positive one. I mean, our next match is against West Ham at home in the league.
Mm.
I think it's next Sunday, is it? Or yeah, next Sunday. Um, I will look forward.
Yes.
Kind of look forward to that because I know that West Ham will always come to try and spoil a party. Every time they play against us, it's like a
It's
They,
cup.
a
they
cup
always bring
final.
the
What do you
A game.
expect?
Yeah, it's the cup final. So
Yeah.
we just need to turn up on the day like we turned up against City. I actually thought in my mind that when we beat City, that will be the beginning of the turnaround. In our fortunes, and it will be like some sort of stepping stone to get ourselves back on track. Unfortunately, we got that setback at Leicester. And not just a setback; it was quite an embarrassment. I mean, because in theory they were there for the taking. So I guess that would actually tell the score that no, there are no easy games won, and don't be complacent, especially if when you think that yeah, we'll beat these ones, and sort of lose your heads. I think it's something that's a big lesson to the squad, and I hope that we'll learn from it. Today, patchy performance, reasonable in many respects. We lost by the odd goal, even though we had a few chances of ours, but I mean, not didn't really create that many clear-cut chances of opportunities for ourselves either. They also had two gilt-edged chances that, I mean, two headers that I don't know inexplicably stayed out. I mean, I thought we'd consider those goals when I'm during the course of play, but thankfully they dribbled wide. And one of them, Perisic managed to block with his foot. I mean, I'm not sure he even knew anything about that, but hey, that's how that ended up. Now, for me, I would say, I mean, from the final word perspective, I mean, I'd love to hear from you guys, Deji. What final thoughts?
Well, I was just going to mention, I thought Foster did all right. He spread himself big when those opportunities came, and goalkeepers don't always get the credit they deserve when they put attackers off in those types of situations. If those had gone in, nobody would have blamed him. But at the same time, he spread himself big, and I'm sure a big target in front of them helped put those guys off. I think as we go forward, we look to have learned a lesson from the Leicester debacle, and we know it's West Ham coming to our place, and they always bring their A game. So it's a game I expect we'll be up for as well, and it'll be a good one to start a run with. So hopefully we can get 3 points off West Ham, and then start to go on the ascendancy from there. I see
Okay.
you're smiling, Soji, like you're not convinced.
Oh no, no, no! Listen, I've Spurs have taught me so many lessons over the years. That's I've learned not to count any chickens when it comes to Spurs, right? After
Tell
the
me about
match,
it.
we can come back and say yes. I mean, someone said to me, "Oh, when I sent out invitations for today's match, I mean, for today's review and so trying to do the promotion, someone came up to me and said, "Oh, AC Milan, easy. You guys are going to spank them going to spank them easy." I said, "Look, listen,
Really?
there's no easy matches at this level anymore. There are no easy matches and no foregone conclusion either." Oh gosh. Uh, can you hear me, guys?
I can hear you, Soji.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can hear you.
So I said there's no you can't make any conclusions whatsoever, right? Because I mean, and, lo and behold, yeah, it turned out that way. We didn't go and smash them, even though, like you said, I mean, they were there for the taking. I mean, on the basis of how the whole play sort of panned out. I mean, it didn't seem like a match that we deserved to have lost. But hey, 1-0 was just one of those results that we'll take away. So yeah, um, overall, I think performance-wise, I thought it reasonably well. Club done better, but hey, still got second leg. So yeah, that's it's not a bad performance. I won't. I don't have a lot of criticism for the team, but I mean, I'm looking at my chats now in the group. I'm hearing all sorts of meltdown. Like what? Sometimes I don't get it when people sort of come. They come and they say things like, "Oh, we should." we should be overrunning teams, and like those teams came to sort of not play. I don't get it. I mean, this is like they've gone through the what the group stages of the Champions League, you know, and you're expecting to run all over them. How? An Italian team for that matter. How does it even work? I mean, I'm not even sure. So maybe I'm being too, you know. So yeah, I mean, they just smiling.
Yeah, maybe these are guys who grew up on Poch Spurs, so on good Poch. So they think that somehow we have a right to play that well season after season. I don't know. We haven't been that good before, and we haven't been that good since. So
I know it's got
got a
is
way to
that
go.
what you got called the imposter syndrome, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, guys, it's been fantastic having you guys. You know, look forward to seeing you after the match on Sunday. If you're going to be here, it'll be great to have you guys. Let's do West Ham, you know, and use them as a launch pad for our future ambitions. You know.
Can
We really, we
can I
really
just sum up quickly? Just for this, firstly, Foster, yeah? I don't know whether any guys have seen The Whale, the movie The Whale with Brendan Foster. That huge guy, that movie. He reminds me of Foster. The way he dives so slow like this, just diving slow against that he done against Leicester City. I cannot have that one at all. Okay? Next one.
You think
Are
you
we
think it
going
was
to go
diving
and
in
play
slow motion,
Pedro
yeah?
Pony again? Pedro Pony. We can't play Pedro Pony against West Ham. He'll get cooked. So we have to play Royale. Then midfield. Do we play Sa or do we play Skip with PEH?
Hoiberg.
What do you guys? One
Either
thing
one of them will
quickly.
do, honestly.
Sa.
Either one of them will do. I'll tell you why, because
No, I
Sa,
think Sa.
yeah, I would play
I
Sa.
think Sa. Yeah.
Yeah, I would play Sa. Yeah.
Yaya Sa. Yaya Sa. I'm calling him Yaya Sa.
Good player. Good player. Good player.
He's a good player, and that's only his 6th game. But also up front, it's time for Son to sit down against West Ham. He's
I
got
agree.
to give someone a chance. We need to get
agree.
someone else in form. We got to get someone else in form. We can't just be waiting for Son to hit form. We've waited for 4, 5, 6 months for Son to hit form. Yeah, we need to get Richarlison, Danjuma, Lucas. I don't care who it is, but someone needs to run. Even Lucas self, the nanny. You know, Lucas is just doing nannying, Royale, nannying, and Vinny Jr. He's just a nanny for the club. So now he has to play now.
Anyway.
It's time. No more. We can't make no make. This is February.
Yeah.
This is the most crucial month in the whole season. Our season could end in 2 weeks.
Yep. We paid 60
Lose 3 games on the trot, our season is finished. Cool.
We paid 60
Is
million for
that rant
Richarlison.
over, or you still got more?
I know he's listening. I know Conte tunes into this channel. Listen, Conte. Don Conte, listen. And you know, no, one more thing. Don Conte should sit down and let Stellini coach the team, man. Stellini's got 100%. Don Conte should relax. He's had major surgery. They opened up his belly. Imagine they opened up his belly 10 days ago, and he's already on the sideline. Relax, sleep, chill. Stellini's at the wheel. Stellini's at the wheel, man.
Now, honestly, I really don't get that. How his comeback, just having undergone surgery.
Too soon.
It's I don't know what much.
That's a major surgery. They've opened up your body. You've gone under general anesthetic, and you're back within a week. Relax, bro.
Yeah.
Chill. You know, give Stellini chance more. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, you know, when you're at school and the substitute teacher comes in and everyone is relaxed because the headmaster is not there no more, you know? So when the headmaster is not there and the substitute teacher is there, everyone relax. They play well, they start to express themselves. We expressed ourselves against Man City. I have to be honest. We played with expression and freedom against Man City. When the headmaster is back, we're now playing stiff again.
TLR Flavor says, I'm not confident I will beat West Ham because they're fighting for points. I will have to match them. Yes, we are fighting for points as well, remember? I mean, so it's not about them. I mean, it's about us, you know. And I know it's very optimistic for us to think that we might beat them, but we have to have a positive mindset, honestly. And I always say that positive energy that the crowd gives to the team, it's very very crucial. It's so crucial. If you have a sort of stadium whereby everyone's so dry and they're not pushing the team forward, it sifts through. But if you go there very optimistic and say, look, we want to beat these guys. Yeah, I think we should do that. So we're expecting miracles. Of course, we are expecting miracles.
What we should do, we should give it a go. We need to come out with fire in our bellies and fight. That's what we
Absolutely,
need.
absolutely. Tear
It's
off
a
the.
derby. You got to turn up. It's a derby game, man.
It is a derby game, exactly. That's it's a London derby, and yes, got to sort of go and give it to them. Thank you guys. It's been absolutely fantastic having you guys. We look forward to seeing you next week. Oh, sorry, on Sunday rather. And then yes, we'll be doing a review of the match against West Ham. Join us then. In the meantime, I'm on you Spurs. Thank you guys.
Come
Thanks,
on,
Ojika.
you
Nice to
Spurs.
meet you.
Oh, I'm on
Good
you
night.
Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Thank you so much.
And I got